good evening. My name is Debbie Jacobs, and I wanted to share with you, the whole reasoning of the chemical imbalance and how it's not an imbalance. It's the brain operating as it should. When I worked on my healing, changing my thoughts to change my life, and basically what I did is I went through my thinking strategies and I got rid of the negative ones and I created positive thoughts, and that was my whole healing process. By the time I was finished, I accomplished positive thinking and healthy self-esteem. And basically, to accomplish positive thinking, I have to change my coping skills. Anger, fear, worry, insecurity, self-doubt, jealousy, guilt, shame. Those all create negative thoughts. Beating myself up, putting myself down, being hard on myself, all negative thoughts. And it all had to go. There's a lot of negativity embedded in our behavior, and that's created by negative thoughts. So it all has to go. And basically, it's from changing my coping skills and using changing my thoughts to handle situations differently, and then through the process of literally being wrong. Every situation that I handled, with negativity was wrong. You don't handle situations with negativity, you handle situations with positivity, or you can't accomplish positive thinking. So, every situation with that I handled with negativity, I would correct by handling it with positivity and figuring out what's an effective way to handle it so I don't create upset and unhappiness. And basically, through that experience, through the healing process, I healed myself of depression, anxiety, and bipolar. I healed myself back to my beautiful, authentic self. And then basically I was like, wow, I want to share this with other people. And I would go into Facebook groups and, I'd say, hey, we can heal our hurt and change our thoughts, and heal from mental illness. And people would say, no, it's a chemical imbalance. And even though I lived with depression, anxiety, and bipolar for most of my adult life, I wasn't really familiar with the chemical imbalance. I mean, I kind of heard it, but I never really researched it or sought out information. And then, I kept on hearing, oh, we can't heal because of a chemical imbalance. And I'm like, so what is this chemical imbalance? Let me go check it out, So I researched it and I see that, the chemical imbalance is caused by low serotonin. And I say, caused by low serotonin? That's not what causes low serotonin. Negative thoughts causes low serotonin. The brain is operating as it should. Negative thoughts are not going to make us feel good, especially when they're like, my life is so terrible, I'm such an asshole, when we put ourselves down, when we beat ourselves up, when I'm so miserable. We're not going to be releasing healthy doses of serotonin. We're going to have very low serotonin because of our negative thoughts. And when you change your thoughts to positive thoughts, it increases the feel-good chemicals because you're actually feeling good. And you don't have these thoughts that are like, I want to kill myself, running through your mind. You have thoughts that I'm good enough. I can accomplish my dreams. What am I going to have for dinner? I love myself. What chemical imbalance? The mind is operating as it should. Positive thoughts give healthy serotonin and negative thoughts give low serotonin because negative thoughts don't make us feel good. They depress us. But when addressing, the problem is not the serotonin, the low levels of serotonin. The problem is that the negative thoughts are generating low levels of serotonin. So when we still have the negative thoughts, we're not addressing the problem by addressing the serotonin level. We have to address the problem by addressing the negative thoughts. We want to change the thoughts to increase our serotonin levels, not, give antidepressants when we still have negative thoughts. And it's very controversial. First of all, I was on medication for many, many years. The whole time, and I'm still on medication now. Um, I'm down from 6 to 1, but I'm still on it because of a serotonin issue. But basically, people say that it works, and people say that it doesn't work. And I could see how maybe it could help, but the problem is the negative thoughts, not the serotonin levels. And increasing the serotonin levels is going to help because you've artificially, increased the feel good chemicals, but you also are shooting them down with the negative thoughts. So I don't know how effective it really is because the negative thoughts are the problem. They are driving our depression. Our negative, ineffective coping skills are the problem. They are driving our depression, anxiety, bipolar, and I believe for other mental illnesses. There is a fundamental there's a fundamental result from the healing process, and that is restoring you back to your beautiful, authentic self, to what you were before hurt veered you off path and into the ego self. So I believe, and not only for depression, anxiety, and mental illness, but basically to change negative thinkers to positive thinkers. You know, um, and I think that the chemical imbalance. Why do negative thinkers? Because everybody's a negative thinker. Why do negative thinkers not have depression, anxiety, and bipolar? It's because of their thoughts. So even though they're negative thinkers, they're not thinking the way that someone with depression, anxiety, bipolar, or OCD, or PTSD, or uh, borderline. There's a difference in the negativity of their thoughts, and the same with schizophrenia. Although I don't really know if people can get through their hurt to heal from the mental illness, because healing. You have to get out of ego. You have to go through your ego to get to your happiness. And guess what? Ego doesn't want you to go through. Ego doesn't want to die. Ego doesn't want you to be happy. Ego is the root of unhappiness. But there's an option and a possibility that's available. It's worth giving it a good try. And I'm working with a couple of people who are really in their hurt. But there are more people that are living in hurt and are living, not as painful lives. But people in mental illness are living in their pain. And it's not a mental illness. As far as I'm concerned, there's nothing wrong with the brain. It's behavioral and negative thinking. That all can change. That all did change. By me accomplishing it means that it can be done. And that's exactly what I did. I changed my negative thoughts, which was very hard to do, and I changed my coping skills, which was also very hard to do. I had to get rid of my anxiety. I had to get rid of my anger. I had to get rid of my fear. I had to get rid of worrying. I had to get rid of my shame. I had to get rid of my guilt. It's a lot. I had to clear it all out, be free of it. But then I am free of it. And it's great. And this is my authentic self. Get rid of putting myself down. Get rid of the negativity wherever it showed up, in my words, in my writing, in my actions, in my thoughts, in my beliefs. All of it had to go. And I replaced it with positivity in the foundation of my being. I'm positive to the core, and I healed my hurt, because you can't be positive until you heal your hurt. You're generating negativity. You're in the hurt, So, all right. Well, I just wanted to put this out there because I think it's really important Let me tell you something. I'm ready to give people a run for their money, because I've gone through the healing process, the spiritual awakening process. I do believe that all the stuff that I learned is my enlightenment. You know, and I know more, than mental therapy. Mental therapy says it's an incurable disease, and they're treating it with therapy. Therapy isn't effective. You have to treat it with healing. Change your thoughts and change your coping skills and accomplish healthy self esteem. You got to be wrong. So, all right, my name is Debbie Jacobs. I hope that you have a good night, and I will see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.